Hey everyone, it's Tay of Shantae Plans and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I wanted to share how I format my B6 planner. When I started this planner at the beginning of the year, this was the format that I had been using. This was what I came up with at the very end of 2022. This format in which I kind of split the page in half. One of the things that I liked about this was I was able to do Monday through Friday of my days of the week at the top, and then I'd have Saturday and Sunday in the lower bottom section of the planner. This allowed me to have my full sidebar, which I really enjoyed having. I put 3 to 4 full boxes in each of my spreads. There would always be 2 full boxes here, and I'd have 1 full box here for sure. And then in my sidebar, I would either do full decorative sidebar or I would add another full box into the sidebar and then have my bottom washi at the bottom. Really enjoy formatting my planner this way. I find that it works really well in giving me all of the elements and things that I really enjoy decorating and playing with in my B6 planner, and it allows me to have a week on 2 pages, which is a really big deal for me when it comes to my planner. I downsized from an A5 wide planner, which has 4 columns on each page and allows you to have a full sidebar plus 1 full column for each day. And when I went down to a B6 planner, I did not want to give up my sidebar, date cover deco, or bottom washi because I really enjoyed using and decorating those areas of my planner. So I was very much interested in finding a format that was going to work in a B6 planner, but still allow me to have all of the elements that I enjoy decorating. And in formatting my spreads this way, I was able to have all of that and keep my spread on 2 pages. Throughout this year, my style of formatting my planner started to evolve around July, and I started trying out some different things that I'm absolutely looking forward to carrying over into 2024. I always like to consider this sort of my base standard spread. It's for me is a very straightforward way of formatting my spreads. And now what I have found myself doing as I have incorporated some of these other formats into my planning is the first thing I think about when I sit down to plan a spread is making the decision of how am I going to format this spread? I consider this one a standard, and I have been considering the other ones kind of specialty formatting, but I feel like that's going to change going into 2024 because I think now they're all going to be sort of my standard go-tos, and it'll just be a matter of what I'm in the mood for or what I feel is going to work best for that week. So let's take a look at some of the other ones that I've really been enjoying, which I've kind of been using a lot of them in December, no surprise, because I've really enjoyed them. So this one is what I call my dual sidebar format, and it is because I indeed have not just one sidebar, but I now have 2. So in doing the dual sidebar, what I have really loved about this is it sort of frames in the spread in the day-to-day section. And so by having a dual sidebar and being in a B6 planner where there's only 3 columns, it now takes my day-to-day to just those 2 columns. And so in splitting that up, rather than having the top row run from Monday through Friday, it runs Monday through Thursday. And on my bottom row, I have Friday through Sunday. And then this first box here, I just use for deco. You could also place a full box here. I've been playing around with sort of slanted and cutting full boxes. And that's because at the same time that I was wanting to play around with this particular idea, I'd seen Planned with Ash do those cut full boxes and thought it was the cutest thing ever. But you don't have to cut and splice your full boxes to play around with the dual sidebar technique. And I know as I continue to do this more and more in 2024, I'll be formatting each of the dual sidebars very differently and coming up with fun and creative ways to just decorate those. And it's also because it really just allows me to have more space to play around with a lot of the fun journaling deco that we've been getting in kits these days. And so I'm really a big fan of this particular format. I like it a lot. And what I have found is that in being so decorative with what's going around on the exterior frame of the spread, I've become much more standardized and symmetrical with what's happening in my day to day. And I feel like it gives it a really nice balance. And I'm really happy with this particular format. So this is my second option for formatting. The third option for formatting, another one that I really, really enjoy. And this one, how to describe this, because I feel like this one is very much goes back to the original and my original format, but rather than just having the boxes sit directly in the columns, I've literally just shifted to playing around with the slanted full boxes. This was a trend I saw other planners doing in the community, and I picked up on and have really just been enjoying it. I think it adds a lot of fun to the spread, and you're able to just play around with angling your full boxes. Oftentimes I'll like to layer in alcohol ink swatches and florals and deco to decorate around the full boxes. That's become something I've truly enjoyed. And so whether you add in all of the other deco or not, just the formatting of having a spread where my full box placement includes 4 full boxes and they're slanted in each of the outer columns on each page, that is a format that I have truly been enjoying. And I think it is a fun shift and transition from this format, but a really, really fun way to plan out a spread. So that is another format option I've been using just to show, because this format here. Another version and option for that would look something like that, and then this here as well. So it's really fun, and that's why I like the idea of utilizing these different formats, because it's not kit specific when it comes to the way that you format your spreads. It's just how you decide to lay your stickers down. This is the slanted full box is another example of that. And so you have the ability to utilize these different types of formats across different kits in your spreads. This is another one where I'm doing just my standard, or what I was originally considering my standard, where I've got just my full boxes placed in each of the outer columns without slanting or doing anything like that. This is a format that I've been using when I use a Hobonichi kit in my planner. And I like to refer to this as my little dancing boxes, because they're just kind of dancing across the center of the page. And I think it's so cute. The great thing about using a Hobonichi kit in my B6 planner is, of course, the scale of everything, because the full boxes are so much smaller than the full boxes that you would get in an A5 wide size planner. And so it allows me to play around with this technique, whereas if I were using A5 wide size or standard vertical kit full boxes, I wouldn't be able to take them across the center of the page in the same way and have as much room around it. I could do it, but it would just take up more room than I would personally probably like to give that. And then by being able to do that with the Hobonichi boxes, I still have the same amount of space that I need to write out my day-to-day plans and then still decorate around it. This format, definitely a lot of fun, because I not only get a chance to work in having full boxes, but I also get a chance to work in having some large deco areas and really getting a chance to play around with all of that, which I tend to enjoy those areas a lot. It allows me to express my creativity and get creative and find fun ways to incorporate all of the journaling deco and add-ons and things that we've been getting in kits these days that I personally really enjoy working into my spreads, and I still get to use the full boxes. And so that's an opportunity I don't always get when it comes to using an A5 wide kit. I tend to have to make a choice of either getting some of the deco along with the full boxes, or either going for full boxes or going for pure deco when it comes to the larger size kits. But with the Hobonichi, I can kind of balance both, and that was what I really enjoy about utilizing that size and format of a kit inside of my B6 planner. This format is an interesting one for me, because I feel like this one is kind of a hybrid of some of the other formats I've been doing, and this is one that the primary objective, or the thing that I think makes it unique, is definitely specifically the border that's going all the way around the page. And that was the thing that I really wanted with this particular format. I wanted to have a spread that had a border going all the way around the page. And I love the fact that while it has the border, it leads into and out of the large corner florals which is just so beautiful. I love that detail and I love the visual effect of that. This also utilizes the dual sidebar, which is a technique that I was doing with my framing spread. So it's essentially incorporating the concept of the dual sidebar into this border frame because it essentially did just make the rest of the format work really well on the inside of that. But it's to me, I definitely feel like this one just sort of ended up being a little bit of a hybrid of a couple of different ideas, and I think that is going to be something that is going to continue happening as I go into 2024, where these different formats that I have in my planner, where I start sort of mixing and matching them together. And then we have my last format that I will be utilizing so far, that I know of so far, which is creating a scene going across the center of the page. And this one is another format that I have truly enjoyed utilizing. And when I first did this was definitely something I considered sort of a specialty format. It was very different from my standard traditional just placing my full boxes here and utilizing my day-to-day with this format, because it creates such a large scene going across the center of my format. And again, because I'm in a B6 planner and I have much shorter columns than I would if I were in an A5 or an A5 wide size planner, I know if I'm going to do a center scene, it's going to reduce the amount of size and space that I have to write. For me personally, that's not a big deal because this is my memory planner. I do have a planner that I write in that I don't decorate with stickers, where I keep track of all of my plans. And so for me with this just allows me to enjoy my hobby. I get a chance to play with my stickers and use this as a fun decorative memory keeper. And so I don't mind highlighting just a couple of things from each day to mark in this planner, because if I'm looking for just like a full record of what happened that day, I can always flip through my other planner. But in having this really fun scene going across the center, I'm still able to enjoy my day cover deco, my sidebar, do some more deco in the two outer columns at the bottom, and then mark my day-to-day. And this one goes Monday through Friday with Saturday and Sunday at the bottom. And so again, at this point going into 2024, I know these are the 4 formats that I've been enjoying using and have been playing around with in my planner, and I'm really excited to see. I don't think at this moment, there's another format bouncing around in my head. And it's really interesting because for years I was in an A5 wide planner and I did not really play around with shifting the format, the way my planner was formatted. And that was why even when I started out this year and I'd found my format, it was really a big deal for me because when I first was shifting to a B6 planner, figuring out how to have just a week on 2 days was such a big deal for me, because I knew there were things that I did not want to let go of. Specifically day cover deco, sidebar, bottom washi. I didn't want to let go of that kind of format that I used to have in an A5 wide. And when you go from a planner that had 4 columns on each page down to one that only has 3, I knew I was going to have to sacrifice something. I was going to have to shift something about the way I'd been planning. And so the fact that I've not only been able to come up with one format that works for me and allows me to still enjoy all of the fun decorative elements that I love about my planner, but now it's progressed and allowed me to be even more creative and come up with even more formats. I have truly come to believe that the B6 planner was the best decision I could have ever made. I'm so happy I have found Planner Peace. This planner size just works so incredibly well for me. I did a video a while back called Should You Try a B6 Planner? And at that time I had only been in my B6 planner for maybe about 3 or 4 months. And now after having had a chance to do an entire year in a B6 planner, I absolutely could not go back. It is the most fun. I love being in this planner so much. All of the spreads are just a joy to do. And I've truly loved what I've been able to create in this planner, and have had such a wonderful time planning in it. So I am a huge fan of the B6 planner. I think it is amazing, and I think that if you are considering trying a B6 planner, I highly recommend it. I would definitely check out that video of mine that's titled "Should You Try a B6 Planner?" if it is something that you're curious about, because I do think there are some things about shifting, especially if you're used to being in a classic A5 wide size planner. If you're coming down to a B6 planner, that it's initially going to be a little bit of a shock to you. And it's so funny because I get a lot of DMs from people who go, okay, I'm trying out a B6 planner. And then the next DM I get from them is when it arrives in the mail and they get it, they open it and they look at it and they go, oh my God, it's so small. And it may look big on camera. I'm just gonna open up. This is my A5 wide size planner. I want to open this up because I had gotten that comment recently as well, that my B6 planner doesn't look very small on camera, but when you compare it to, this is sitting directly, I'm lining that coil ring up with the very bottom coil ring, lining the bottom up so that you can see this is exactly lined up nice and flat with the bottom of this planner. You can see there's a lot more room. There's a lot more that you get in an A5 wide size planner. So this is coming down quite a bit into a B6 planner. If you are wanting to go smaller than an A5 wide, if you feel like that size is overwhelming for you, but you think the B6 might be too small for you, there's also the A5 option. So an A5 planner is going to give you, it'll still omit these 2 columns. So you would still get only 3 columns, but it would give you the height. So you wouldn't get these 2 columns, but you would get this space up here. And so if you do feel like you want to try something smaller than an A5 wide, you can try an A5, which will give you 3 columns on each page, but it'll be this tall instead of being this short. And so if that's something you think might be a good option for you, if you want to come down in size but not all the way down to a B6, an A5 is also an option, and you can play around with all of the different formats that I have shared in this video, because these formats are all based on a system of having 3 columns on each page. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, of course, go ahead and leave those down in the comments, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. I'm going to say something that I have not said in any of my videos, very intentionally not said in any of my videos, because I absolutely want it to be up to you guys. And I feel like if I ask, then it's like, I want it to be something that you think of and choose to do if you want to. But if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead, like and share. And if you would like to, no pressure, totally up to you, your call. If you would like to see more content from me, go ahead and subscribe. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next video.